Hey guys, Figurecraft here, and today we're going to be going over my Legend of Zelda figure collection. This is going to be the first part to my Zelda figure collection. I've got a lot of Zelda figures to go over. But anyway, we're going to get started. This is part one. The first one we have is a little Burger King Link figure that I've had for a good while now. You can see the paint starting to wear off on him. This is a sticker. I just recently super glued the sticker back onto the shield. He used to have a stand that he would knock down some Dooku scrubs when you push the button. Back then when I was a kid, I cut it off the stand. Detail on his face is right there if you can see it. Just a little nitpick Link. But that's the first one. The next one is a little Toon Link that I found at a Walmart checkout register. He has a little bit of movable. He can move in his arm. He's got a little bit of articulation. The legs are made in this stamp. The shield can come off. It's got a little clip. The arm can move up and back down. Then the shield just fastens on his arm like that. The head can look side to side. Here's the back of him. He don't have his sheath. That's one thing that they didn't put on him. But yeah, he basically came in a box like this. But that's him. Up next we have the 8-bit Link. He's inside his box. He's never been opened. But there's the 8-bit Link. Next up we have the Dooku Link holding a flower. Inside his box, never been opened since I got him. Shows you right back here if I can get a good glance on it. All the ones that they made in the series. And then our next one is Tetra. She's in her pack. Never been opened. There's her little stand. Yeah, you can usually find these at Walmart in the checkout registers. They usually keep them at the bottom shelf. The next ones that we'll be going over is, this is the box. It's the little collect all 6 Zelda Minish figures. This is a box that I gotten from a GameStop. They was getting rid of them, and I asked them if I could have the box, and they said yes, so they gave me the box. And because I pretty much bought them all out, and they wouldn't get no more stocks in, but here are the packs that you would have gotten in the GameStop. Shows all of the figures. Collect all 6. And I like to keep the box and just stick the packs back in the box. But anyway, the first figure we'll be going over is the Princess Zelda from the Minish Cap. She has the shield. This is from the scene when she was the winner of the game and she purchased the shield for Link. I'll zoom in because these are really small figures. You can see the detail, even though it is small. You can see the detail in it. It's got something written in her hair. But like I said, it's so small, it's going to be hard to pick that up on camera, but I will try. Yeah, I can't even read that, y'all. Alright. But they're keychain figures. You can see how small they are. But she's the first one. The next one is Minish Cap Link with the Gus Jar. Which it looks like the stupid bugs and gnats has done a number on him. You can see their mess. This is why I'm saying if you have gnats, they will intend to mess on your stuff. I hate gnats. But normally with this stuff, you just get something sharp like a fingernail or something like that, and it would scratch off, but you just have to work with it to get it scratched off. But there is the Link, and there's Elsa on his head. The little bird Elsa. You can see there, little bird Elsa. There's the detail in his face. Here's his shield and sword. That's where you can read. You can actually read that one. 2014. But that is the keychain Link with the Gus Jar. The next one up is Link and Elsa with the dig mitts. This is the Link with the dig mitts. There's his shield and sword. And there's Elsa on the top of his head. Looks like he's got the mad look. But that is the Minish Link with the dig mitts. The next one we have up is the Minish Link holding the sword still in the sheath when he was going to deliver it to the castle. And that's the back of him. Yeah, there's that one. The next one up is a little Minish holding the 4-leaf clover. You can see the detail in it. And then the last one in the set is the evil Vati. There's the Vati figure. And then right there is the complete set of all the Minish. The next one that we'll be going over, let me zoom this out, is this box right here. I got this box from Books A Million. They was getting rid of it, and I asked them if they wouldn't care if I had the box, and they said okay. And yeah, this is the box. There is a bunch of figures in here to go over, so I'll just get them out. I just keep them all in here together. But there is a lot of collections in here to go over. We'll get the ones out of the way first that I want to go over, which should be all the yellow eggs, which is a collection. Oh, yeah, these are all the yellow eggs we'll be going over. We'll open them up one by one and go through them, and then after that we'll go through the next ones. So, the first egg, we have a stand, and we have the Tetrafigure with the heart container. These are the Phantom Hourglass figures. So let me zoom in. This is the heart container that you receive with the figure. And you can see how small in my hand the heart container is. So yeah, you don't want to lose that. You receive a stand, which if you want, that's modeling clay. Because I usually put modeling clay in the stand and try to get the modeling clay to hold the heart, but it likes to fall over. And then the last one we have is the Tetrafigure. This one's a mismake on Tetra. You can tell her sword has been put on upside down. It came like that when I got it in the egg. Her sword is literally backwards. But there's the detail in Tetra's face. And there's her sword upside down. But yeah, she's the first figure. Let me get this egg out of the way, and then inside, this is the little thing that you would stab into her to hold her on the stand. I'm not going to bother putting them on the stands because sometimes they don't really work with their stands. So we'll put her to the side. And then we'll get the next egg. Open it up. This one is the black stand. It's got two. I will probably put these on their stands because it usually works out pretty good. There's one. Let me get the other one on his stand, and then I'll show it to y'all. And there. Okay. Here is the Goron Dad and his son. You can see the detail in these. Even though when they're small figures, they were very detailed. I mean, look at how small this little baby Goron is to my hand. And it's got some detail. But there's that one. Here's a little paper. I'll give you a demonstration of the ones you'll be seeing in this set. Because these eggs come with the paper. Here's the whole collection. This video is probably going to be a long one, but I don't think y'all care if it's long or not. Just as long as you get to see the figures. This one is, there's the stand. Marlin clay on it. Or either Marlin clay or it's lost paint. I think it's Marlin clay. No, it's losing paint. It came like that. And then here is the little trinket that would plug into the bottom of the figure. And then here is the figure that's in this one. It is none other than the main protagonist himself, good old Link. But this is the Link figure. This is the Link figure. And then this right here is what he came with. He came with the Phantom Hourglass. This hourglass has broken on me before. Right there you can see the split at the sand. I super glued it back together. But yeah, the hourglass is a very fragile thing. But I fixed it. Even though it still shows the crack in the glass. But what can you do? The detail on the top of the hourglass is that symbol. Probably got it upside down. There we go, that symbol. And then the other side is the same symbol. And you can see the size of the hourglass in my hand. And then there's the Link. Show you the back one more time in his shield. But that is the Link figure. Two more eggs. Ow, I knocked the lamp over. I'm doing good. Hang on a minute, y'all. I'm trying to fix this lamp. Did not mean to knock that over. Knock some eggs on the floor too. I'll pick them up in a minute. But anyway, the next one that we'll be going over. Look at this. Look at how small that is. That is a Rupee. That's literally a replica of a Rupee that came with one of the figures. It's like a hard plastic, see-through plastic-like material. And then the one that came with him is, of course, Linebeck, and I gotta get his map in his hand. He's gotta follow the grooves of the map, look for the pegs, and that'll tell you which peg goes in which part of the map. So according to it, this would go here, and in this hand, I think you gotta put this hand in first. Like that, and then pull the map. Then if I can get it in, get Linebeck to hold his map. There you go. That's how you put the map in his hand. But there is Linebeck, the captain of the ship. And he came with the Rupee. And he also has the little peg that attaches him to the stand, and he has the stand. But that is the Linebeck figure. And there's one more to go over. First up, here's the stand. And here is what this one came with. This one came with a force gem. It's made the same way like the Rupee. It's like a see-through plastic, hard plastic material. It may be actually like a resin material. I'm really not sure, but I think it's a plastic. But there's the force gem. And that one is the knights that you would end up facing on the game itself. This one's in 3 pieces. Here's the shield. There's the peg. And then you gotta match it with the hole in the hand. So let me look here. Okay, so it goes this way. There you go. Now that one's holding the shield. And then this one's missing the whole hand because the whole hand is right here. This one, when I got it, was bent. I've been trying multiple attempts to bend it back, but it just keeps going back the same. You can see how flimsy the plastic is. But anyway, you just attach that one to the hand right there. And there you go. You have one of the knights that would attack you in the game. Then let me just get these eggs out of the way. And then I'll set them all up here and show them to you. There's 5 of these in this set. And I've collected all 5. It took me a while to collect them, but I finally collected them. And then I'll just tilt this down a bit. And there's the whole set right there, all 5. But that's them going over now. Now, we'll get another one out of the way that I know is going to take me a while to go through them. But we'll work on getting them out of the way next. Next up, I ordered these off of eBay. This is the whole set of 12 Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks figures. They're in these little green eggs. So we'll be opening them up one by one. First one we have is Princess Zelda. But before we do that, we'll go over the whole entire set. These are the ones that you get in the set, and they won't tell you who the mystery figure is, but you'll figure out who that is in a few. So first of all, you got a little green stand. You have Zelda's body. And it's got the peg hole, so you basically plug that in. You have Zelda's head. And then you just basically find the peg hole on this one. And then you just put it in. And there you go. There is Princess Zelda from Spirit Tracks. But we have her. The next egg figure. First of all, you've got the green stand. And then you have this little chair looking thing. Then you have the body. So you just put it together. And then last but not least, you have the head. And you just go ahead and find the spot for it and insert it. And then there you go. You have that person. I can't remember the person's name. But you have that one. Next one we have first of all, you have this little thing right here, which has got it's a new type of design. It's like a foothold in a way. Which, let's see here. Which that's the wrong stand for him in here. Oh well. We'll come back to him later when I find the right stand. I accidentally got the wrong stand in that one. My bad. Things happen. Okay, so we'll go over this one next. Then we'll keep an eye out for that stand. So first you got the stand. You have the bottom half. And there's the foot peg. Just insert that. You've got the main body. So we'll just insert that together. Next you've got the little hand. And I dropped the member. He fell apart on me. Whoops. I killed him. There's that hand. And then the last one is the club hand. But anyway, you put that one on there. And there you go, you have him. The Moblin with the club. Let's go over our next one. First of all, we have another one of them. which has the foothold. It says this one's number 12. Then you've got the body, or not the body, but the legs. My bad, the legs. And the way that thing works, it slides up there like that and holds it, which you can see it puts his foot way off. Then you have the main body. I forget this guy's name too, but I know in Wind Waker he's the main pirate guy that was always with Tetra. Then your next pieces you have is one of the arms that would just snap on there, and then the other one is another identical arm, so we'll just go ahead and put it on. And there's him. But yeah, you got him. And then our next one that we have, it looks like the train. So first of all, you got the stand. You have the main body piece of the train, which this one looks like in a way kind of a misprint, or it's been stuck on there wrong. Yeah, you can see right there the thing's kind of sideways, but oh well. And then you have the last piece, which is the smokestack, or the funnel. I'm not sure what they call these on trains. I don't know if it looks the same as a boat or what, but anyway, we'll go ahead and put it together. And then there you go, the Spirit Tracks train that Link drives. And then our next little egg that we'll be going over is, first of all, we have the stand. Then we have the body, which I'm pretty sure you can already tell who this is. Anyway, we'll put his body on there. And then last but not least, we have the head. It's the evil guy. I forgot his name though. It's been a while since I've played Spirit Tracks. But there you go. And there he is. We'll set him over there. The next egg first of all, we have the stand. Next we have the body. Which we'll just go ahead and set that to the stand. Next we have the arms with the sword. So we'll just go ahead and attach that together. And then we have the sheath and shield. We'll just plug that right onto the back. And then last but not least, we have the head, which is Link. So we'll just go ahead and put his head on. And there you go. There is Link with the sword. So we have that one. Next up, we'll be going over this one. First of all, we have the stand, which says number 10. Then we've got the body, which has the backpack. We'll go ahead and set him up in there. If it wants, this may be the one that don't want to hold. Okay, we got that. Next we have the hands with the camera. There's a little tripod pieces. And then last but not least, we have the head. And we'll go ahead and put his head on. And yeah, I was right, he came off the stand. So this is the one that I was stubborn with the stand. Didn't want to stay on the stand. You'll come across ones like that. But there he is. It's the camera guy with his camera. There's that one. The next one we'll go over, which will be in this egg. First of all, we've got the stand, which is number 8. And then we have the body. And I dropped this body. Am I doing good? Anyway, he'll just plug in there like that. And then we have the hands. Which is holding the instrument. So we'll work on getting these on.